race in the youth that is involved. There is Rayan, second in the Kenyan Championships this year, 45.51 this season, and that is a lifetime best. I wonder if he's aware, I don't suppose he will be, that his compatriot career has just been disqualified. Namibia's Andre Retief goes in lane 7. He's just 19 years old, one of 2 teenagers in this race, and in fact 5 in this race are 21 or younger. 46.17 this year for Retief. In lane 6, Kennedy Luchembe of Zambia, semi-finalist in the World Juniors a few years back, holds the national indoor record from a couple of years back, 46.73. There's the Botswana Anthony Pesela, world under-20 champion last year. What a talent he is. Still only 20, but over a second slower this year than his personal best from last year. Only 45.6 this year. Edio Musikate of Mozambique, just 17 years old. Nervous moments for him in lane 4. 48.85, his lifetime best this season. Rajan Thirubenthana of Singapore goes in lane 3. Semi-finalist in World Youth back in 2017. That was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. He hasn't really come on since then, only 48.2 this year. And then Jonathan Jones of Barbados goes on the inside. A finalist at the World Championships 10 or 12 days ago. 8th he was in Eugene, but a tired 46.1 against his lifetime best this season. A national record, 44.4, which he ran back in Lubbock, Texas on the 15th of May.
On your mark.
So Pesela of Botswana, world junior champion from last year, but only 6th in his heat in Eugene, in a modest 47.3. He's run 45.6 this year, but last year, when a youngster, when a junior, 44.58 when taking that world junior title in Nairobi. Jones of Barbados in 2, Thana of Singapore in 3, Muzakate of Mozambique in 4, Pesela of Botswana 5, the Zambian Luchembe in 6, Retief Namibia 7, and the Kenyan William Ryan on the outside, top of picture. Now how can he go here? Can he stay within the line? Something that was too much for Correa in the previous heat. Very sad that, as they head down the back straight. Moving really smoothly is Pesela, Anthony Pesela, in that lovely light blue strip of Botswana, 4th from left. He too looking very smooth, and that pitter-patter style of his, anything but a long raking stride, but it's effective, isn't it? Going well in 2 is Jonathan Jones of Barbados. He is so experienced, is the national record holder for Barbados, and he enters the straight in the lead, and still working away is Anthony Pesela with that Botswana blue strip, head rocking from side to side. It's Jones, Pesela, and in 3rd place there in lane 6, Luchembe, taking that critical 3rd spot for Zambia. The winning time, well, 46.39 for Jonathan Jones. Nice and relaxed. I wonder if he too has recovered. He is clearly very tired in that final in Eugene. He'd run a 44.7 in his semi to make it through as a non-automatic qualifier to the World Championship final, but then a second and a half slower in the final.
Do you know what? I really enjoyed watching that run from Jonathan Jones as the Zambian Luchembe gets congratulations for the 3rd automatic spot. Jones showed brilliant composure and that 800-metre speed that he's got. I think he might end up being a better 800 runner, the young Barbadian, than he is at the 4, and that's saying something because he's a 44.4 man. Just bottom of your picture there with the Mike Norman-esque headband. Keep half an eye on Pesela on the left of picture here as he goes round this corner. I know we're not getting paranoid. He's very close to that line, wearing the light blue of Botswana, and as he runs very close to the left-hand side of his lane, Jones of Barbados comes through. What do you reckon, Tim? I mean, with 44.4 and that kind of strength towards the end of the race, he could make a brilliant 800-metre runner.
Jonathan Jones you're talking about?
Yes.
I suppose so, yeah, but why wouldn't you say that about any 400-metre runner who can run 44 points?
He's already shown potential at the 800, and I think I reckon that may be where his best distance lies.
Well, he's a bit of a confused man. His coach, Edric Floreal, was a Commonwealth bronze medalist in the triple jump. So, not to say that you can't be a jumper and have great sprint knowledge, great coaching ability. I'm fascinated at the running style of Botswana and Anthony Pesela. He's got a strange pitter-patter little style. It just looks a little tight. I mean, he does here, and that's fair enough, 50 metres to go. But he covers the ground very effectively with what I think is an awkward-looking style. Kath, what do you reckon? I mean, you know you're sprinting, but he had, even down the back straight, fresh, in full flow, he wasn't taking long strides. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different, of course. Like I said before, you work with your technique and you make it efficient. I'm concerned about the Botswanan here. I'm just going to wait for confirmation of this result, because there was a couple of occasions through that 400-metre heat when he did get very close to the line. Very close to the line like Korea did. But at the moment that result stands, the Botswana is in second place with 46.55. But you're right, it's all about working with what you've got and being efficient, and especially in early rounds as well. Conserving the energy but getting the body into the condition and the position so it needs to go again and it knows what it's doing. But they were fascinating heats, weren't they, guys? It just gave us everything. DQs, fast times.
Somebody running themselves almost literally into the ground with extreme pain in the hamstrings after running 44.89 and a massive personal best.
It was brilliant.
It was wonderful, wasn't it? All the colours of the rainbow in the way those races unfolded. But Jonathan Jones is given the nod for that first place in that final heat, ahead of Pesela and Luchembe.
So there's the disqualification for Emmanuel Correa, the world and Olympic champion over 800 metres, left foot on the line numerous times. This is the lane infringement rule, so that was the reason for his disqualification. 1, 2, yeah, 3 strides, and on 2 of those a part of his foot wasn't just on the line, it was over onto the lane inside. That is why the world and Olympic champion over 800 metres will not be in the semi-finals, and we are reliably informed they are still looking at the replays of Anthony Pesela, and that would be a real shame.